What's up guys, Coach Dylan here. I'm just gonna walk you through the difference between a Romanian deadlift and our traditional floor pole deadlift. As some people have been asking questions about it in training, what's the difference? Why we even do the two different variations to begin with. So, traditional floor pole deadlift. Here, obviously, we're looking to pull something heavy off the ground. So sometimes we use kettlebells, sometimes we use our trap bar deadlifts. That's one of our biggest compound lists we like to do with you guys, and it's a lot of your favorites as well, because we like pulling stuff that's heavy off the ground. So typically in a traditional floor pole deadlift, we're working the posterior chain of the body. So obviously we're working a lot of other things as well between the arms, the core, but mostly the glutes, the hamstrings, and a little bit of the quads as we reach down to pick up that weight. So as I pick up this kettlebell from the floor, initially we're pushing our hips back, and then as we pick up or reach down to pick up the weight, our hips drop down a little bit too. So here we're also loading the quads as well as the hamstrings and glutes. As we pick up that weight, drive up and through, and squeeze the glutes at the top. So here you can still see my hips going back, but I'm also dropping them to the ground as I go to the floor and pick it back up, right? Now on a Romanian deadlift, we're not pulling it from the floor, well maybe for the first rep, but we're not going through a full range of motion and not bringing it down to the floor for every rep. We're actually just focusing on a more strict hip hinge movement. So that's that hip hinge patterning of just hips going back, chest coming down. In this position, my knees aren't bending forward. I'm not dropping my hips to the ground as much to pick up the weight because we're not going to the ground. So here I am really just loading the hamstrings and the glutes in this position. And by doing that, I can keep tension on the muscles longer, and I can just focus on those areas versus our traditional floor pole deadlift. So again, we pick up the weight, shoulders back, soft bend the knees. Again, I'm pushing my hips back, 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 chest comes down. So I'm getting those hamstrings, glutes loaded. I'm gonna stop right there, pull all the way up and through, squeeze the glutes, and again, control back, back, back with the hips, chest down, drive up and through. Again, so there, just two different ways to train. Both are great, just slight changes in the variation of the movement and the change of the focus of the muscles we're using. But both are effective, and especially building posterior strength through the hamstrings, glutes, and both are fun to do.